In this video, I'm going to show you how to get Kali Linux up and running on an Apple M1 computer. This is actually a very simple installation these days, but there are some restrictions. As an example, you can't change the display currently, but hopefully things will improve in the coming weeks and months. I'll also show you that it's very, very simple to get a Wi-Fi adapter connected, and you can sniff Wi-Fi networks using this. So in this example, I've got an alpha network adapter. I'll plug it in. I'm asked to give permission for Parallels to access the device, so I'll allow that. I'll open up a terminal. And when I type iwconfig, you can see that a Wi-Fi adapter has been connected. It's in managed mode, but what I could do as an example is run an application such as Wi-Fi, put my password in, and this device can now go into monitor mode and can sniff networks. So I'm able, and I'll just cancel that, I'm able to sniff Wi-Fi networks around me. As an example, this GVM network is one of the lights right behind me. So I'm going to show you all the steps now, how to download Parallels, how to install it, how to download Kali, how to import it into Parallels, and how to get this set up. The installation is actually quite simple. Use the menu below if you want to jump to specific topics. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is download the Parallels software. So on the Parallels website, and I'll put a link below this video so that you can find this easily, they have an option to try the technical preview. Now the technical preview 2 has been recently released, and this works well with the Kali installation. They talk about some of the new features, but what we're interested in is downloading the technical preview. It's about 329 meg in size. They give us a MD5 checksum and they give us an activation key. You'll need this activation key to start up the virtual machines in Parallels. You'll also need a Parallels account to log in, so if you don't have one, then create one so that you can get hold of the technical preview. Now, while that's downloading, I'll download the Kali installer for ARM64. This is 3.2 gig in size. So you need two pieces of software. You need the Parallels desktop software and you need the ARM64 ISO. Once again, I'll put links to the software below this video. Okay, so in our downloads directory, we've got the Parallels software. What I'm going to do is right-click on the Parallels DMG file and click Open to install the software. I'll right-click and click Open. I'm warned that the software was downloaded from the internet. I'm happy with that, so I'm going to click Open. Software is now installed. Have to put in my password. Now, I've previously installed the software, but you may have to give the software permissions to access your documents, access your downloads directory, and so forth. But the installation is very, very simple, so hopefully that didn't take too long. And once it starts up, you'll be presented with the installation assistant, and you can click Continue to now create a new virtual machine. Now, I previously created an entire video showing you how to use Debian to get Kali up and running on a M1 Apple Mac. You would install Debian and then upgrade it to Kali. That's no longer necessary because we're using the ISO that Steve created. So I'm going to select Choose Manually to select the file that I want to use. And in this case, it's going to be the Kali ARM64 ISO. Click Open. It's unable to detect the operating system. That's okay. I'm going to click Continue. I'm going to select Debian GNU Linux. Click OK. I'm going to call this Kali Linux. I'm going to customize my settings before installation. Click Create. In the hardware settings, you could change the processors. I'm going to leave it at the recommended of 2. I am going to increase the RAM to 4 gig. Under graphics, I'm going to allocate 512 meg of RAM, but be aware that the resolution doesn't change. You're stuck at 1024 by 768, so that probably doesn't make much difference, but I'll leave that as it is. One thing that I suggest you do change is uncheck Share Mac Camera with Linux. So uncheck that. So basically all I did was increase the RAM, increase the graphics, and disable sound and camera. I'll close this and click Continue. And hopefully now we'll be able to install Kali. And there you go. I can select Install to install the software. Now I'm going to select as many default options as I can. I'm going to keep this as simple as I can. You can change this if you like, but I'm going to select English as the language. I'm going to set my location as United States. Keyboard will be American English. Hostname I'm going to set as Kali M1. Domain name I'll leave at the default of local domain. Username, I'm going to try and make this as close as possible to the virtual machine that's available for download from the Kali website. So the username I'm going to use is Kali. So Kali as the username. Password I'll set as Kali. I'll leave the time zone as Eastern. Partition I'm going to use guided, use entire disk. Select the default partition. All files in one partition. Press enter. I'm going to write those changes to the disks. The base operating system is now being installed. Now you need to select the software that you want to install. I'm going to select the default desktop environment, and I'm also going to select large, which installs the default selection plus additional tools. You can obviously select the options that you want to, press continue, and now the software has been installed. Now I'll speed the video up at this point because all it's going to do is install the various packages. And there you go, the installation has completed. I'm going to press enter to continue. System is rebooting. And there you go, Kali is now booting up. I can log in with my username of Kali, password of Kali. And I have Kali running on an Apple M1 computer. So if I go to About Mac, notice this is a Mac Mini, version 11.0, 8 gig of RAM on this Mac Mini, but I'm running Kali on this Mac Mini. Now, one issue you will have is the display resolution can't be changed. So I can't change the display resolution, and I'm also not able to install Parallels tools. So even though I try and install them, so open up Parallels tools, go to the installation directory, ls, let's make this a bit bigger, sudo .install, put in my password, notice permission denied. I've had similar issues with Parallels tools on Ubuntu, something that they still need to work on. So Parallels tools doesn't work, so I can't change the resolution, but I can, once again, install a Wi-Fi adapter. So just before I plug that in, I'll clear the screen, iwconfig, no wireless adapters installed. I'll plug that in, connect it to Kali, allow the connection, iwconfig. You can see we now have a Wi-Fi adapter connected. And I could use a command such as sudo wi-fi and run wi-fi and detect Wi-Fi networks. So once again, I'll stop that. So I've got the GVM networks as an example. So there you go. It's now really easy to get Kali Linux installed and working on an Apple M1. Hopefully things will get better and we'll be able to change the resolution and it will work like it does on an Intel processor. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Please like this video and click on the bell to get notifications. That really does help me with the YouTube robots. I'm David Bombal. I want to wish you all the very best.